Enzo Mecca, your host.
I'm Jessica Brown.
And today we're in St-Lazare with a practitioner who blends Chirology, Numerology, and is also a life coach.
He's a fascinating man. His name is Antonio Santos, and I'm really excited about this interview. Thank you so much for being here with us today. One of the things I wanted to start talking about with you was the Chirology. I find that so fascinating, and a lot of people don't really know what it is. They get confused. They think it's palm reading, about fortune telling, but it's not that at all. You want to tell us about that and how you use that to help people on their journey and on their path?
Okay, you see, Chirology, I kind of put it together with Numerology, okay? This is the way I work. So Numerology, the way I do it, my method, because I kind of put this together for many years, tells you, or tells me to tell you what you came here to do.
Okay.
So in other words, you see, you are in this world. That's a fact, you're here. But you're not from this world. Because if you were from this world, that would have meant that you were here always and would stay here for always. And the truth is, no, you came in and you're leaving,
right.
No matter who you are or who you think you are. So numerology is a life code. It lets me know what this chapter is about in your life.
Okay.
Or should I say, in your sacred book, because every life is a chapter.
Right.
So I go through the code, and I see your potential, even the karmic passages you need to overcome or deal with. And when we go to Chirology, when I go to Chirology, see, Numerology tells me what you came here to do, and your hands tells me how you are doing it.
Oh, interesting.
So that's why it's a wonderful blend, what a wonderful marriage. Okay? And they really go together. Because you see, when you go through your life code, that's telling you, that's telling you the intention you brought, what you want to be in this lifetime. It's not what you are, because you are spirit,
right?
But what you want to be in this lifetime. And the hands tells me how you are doing it. And that's where the holistic coaching comes into play. See, how far off are you from your path?
Right.
Because if you are far from your path, your body will respond to it, your life in general will respond to it, and the realities you go through will respond.
Right.
And we can put, what should I say, it's not that I can show you the way, but I cannot do it for you.
Exactly.
So in other words, put you back on track.
Right.
And then everything, it's like an example, 92.5 FM, so you got a radio station. And the sound is perfect.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with the sound. 92.5 is an accurate frequency. If you put it on 92.3, you're still going to hear the person and the music, but sick.
Yes.
So when you look at society today, you see that hospitals are full. Why? Because they're off their frequency.
Well put, yeah.
Chirology, different from palmistry, if I can call it that, is that Chirology is, I use it as a science. And like I tell all my clients and everybody, if I talk about something, it's because I know. Otherwise I will not talk about it. It's 19 years this month that I do this professionally.
Oh, wow.
And I do read my hands all the time.
Still?
And, yes, because they change.
Of course.
Yeah.
I had a situation that started in January, a very, very profound, difficult situation, and my hands showed me before it happened. And I fixed the situation and the line disappeared.
Wow, really interesting.
This is just one among them. So in other words, Chirology is a window.
So you could see by looking at someone's hand, if you've never looked at them before, you could see the past, you could see the present, and you can see a tendency for the future, of what could be in the future.
Exactly. So in other words, lines in the hand are moved through conscious thought.
Okay.
So you change your thoughts,
Yes.
you change the lines.
Okay.
I mean, you can damage
Mhm.
a beautiful line within 3 months,
Okay.
and you can fix a damaged line within 3 months.
Okay. Those are encouraging.
You're also an author, a teacher, and an intuitive consultant. But I want to ask you about numerology. Why, a two-part question. Why you chose specifically numerology as your modality? I mean, I know you had a hard life as a youngster, and it probably put you on a path and it made you choose something. But there's also, not only is numerology sacred math and about numbers, but there's an esoteric sort of combination to it.
You see, Pythagoras put that information into numbers. My study or my intuitive connection with the universe, because that's all I do in my life, that's why sometimes people find me strange, is that what he actually did, I don't know how he did it and who he was really, because you know, life is full of mysteries.
Yes.
And that doesn't mean everybody was born the same way here, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
The universe is made of melodies, sounds. And you just need to, it's easy for us because some people like Pythagoras left it behind for us, is he put those melodies, those sounds into numbers. Just like the example today, after so many courses that I give, and I see that the results are not always what I want, what I expect. Then I say, gee, they need more time. But you know, more time means money, means this, means that. So how can I do it? Okay, if he was able to put melodies into numbers, let me put numbers into animals. And people begin to relate better. Okay, so 1, what is a 1? Think of an eagle, the independent.
Okay.
Strategy.
Well, I see.
Interesting.
The personality.
Exactly. So what is a 7? The tiger.
Okay.
Why a tiger? 7 is the solitary.
Wow.
But don't cross the path of the 7 because it doesn't like that. Same thing like the tiger.
Okay.
So the 5 is full of energy. What animal goes with that? The squirrel.
Oh my gosh.
Get it? 4 is the worker. Who is the worker that you think of? The ant.
Oh, yeah, okay, yes.
Have you ever seen an ant taking vacation?
Oh my gosh.
And when you talk about the beaver, you need to amplify that 4, so you bring it to a 22, which is a master number.
It's a double.
Exactly. So 22 makes 4, that's a 22, like Paul McCartney,
All right.
example, or Richard Branson,
Yes.
Dalai Lama, or Brian Adams. So why the 22 and the beaver?
Yeah.
Because such a small animal, and look what they do. It's because, oh my goodness.
Yeah, yeah.
So the master builder.
Okay.
So the 4 is the builder.
Okay.
So the ant is the builder, because they build.
Okay.
And then the beaver is the master.
And they have the ability to restructure entire landscapes.
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay.
So now why was I interested?
Yeah.
You see, I kind of, because of the childhood I had, I kind of became skeptical and resistant and even arrogant. You see, you can argue with anything, but you can't argue with numbers.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
2 plus 2 is 4.
Okay.
No matter how much you drunk, or you can see them like this, it's 4. So one day, I mean, I'm not going to tell you the whole story, we'll be here until next month. My wife finally convinced me, this is years ago, I mean, my kids were so young, they're 30s, almost 40 now. And she convinced me to go to the Psychic Expo, you know, Place Bonaventure.
Oh yeah, really?
So here's my motivation, okay. Because, you know, the esoteric,
Yes.
crazy people. Anyway, so I'm there thinking, okay, so I'll park the car in Chateaubriand-Jean Talon, This is my motivation. We'll take the metro. That'll be good for the kids because, you know, they live in St-Lazare, so that they'll see the city.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go. A Sunday, we'll go. Just as I said, I parked the car, got into the metro, and we got off at Place Bonaventure. There was a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm there. I didn't know there was so many crazy people. There's a lot of crazy people. Okay. So I bought the tickets, which was $7 back then, and the kids didn't pay, or paid $4, I don't remember. And so they were all excited.
Okay.
My wife went this way, they came in, and I stayed on. So I go down one of those aisles, and there's a lady on the left that goes, I know you. My first thought, sure, you want my money. So I turn around with this kind of arrogant, you know, with my hands behind my back, I'll never forget. I said, oh yeah? Where from? I don't know, but I know you. Anyway, to make a long story short, I was the manager at the store where she shopped.
Oh, okay.
The supermarket, Metro,
Okay.
in Kirkland.
Okay.
Anyway, it all started there. I said, so what do you do? She goes, it's palmistry, energy, healing, and all this that I'm not doing about.
Mm-hmm.
And palmistry and numerology. And I go, what? Numerology. Never heard of it. So she asked me for my birthday, and I gave her I told her my age.
Yeah.
No, I don't want your age, I want your birthday. So she did a little equation of that. And she told me a whole bunch of things. For a skeptical. I'll never forget. I was like this, and I went to the back. I went to this. You see that in those numbers? All of that? I go, yeah. What do you call this? Numerology. I call it a meeting with destiny.
Mm.
Yeah, I like the way it just slid in, you know. You were managing a store, there was a connection, and boom.
Yeah. So then, I don't know, then maybe a week after, not long after, a few days after, I took my daughter and I went to Chapters to look for numerology books, which there was none. I found a little thing,
Back then.
but that was enough. And what helped me, well, it saved my life.
Wow.
And I don't say this as a, no, it saved my life.
Okay.
Because what was up ahead for me,
Right.
and through my kids, my parents, if I did not know, or should I say, if I didn't have that knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
I would have self-destruct. And that's no joke.
Okay.
Because understanding life codes
Mm-hmm.
is automatically embarking in forgiveness and understanding.
Right.
Mm.
I mean, if you're an apple, I don't expect any orange juice.
Mm-hmm.
But I like orange juice, well, you have to change. It's no.
Okay.
So in other words, you are unique.
Okay.
There has never been anyone like you.
Right.
There will never be anyone like you.
But you
So
were
this is why I
also,
namaste you.
but also at that point, I mean, you must have been ready for it. I mean, you know, like, no two people are alike. A second person could not have reacted the same way, but perhaps you were ready to change. So it came at the right time for you.
Totally. And this is what I teach actually, when you're ready, this is what we're saying. When the student is ready, the master will appear, and vice versa.
That's
And I was ready because, and then I told her name is Wendy, and a fascinating lady. And I told her, next time you come to the store, call for me, I'll come down.
I love that.
And she did. And she did. So she called me, so I came downstairs, and we talked, and we began talking about spirituality and all this. And then I said to myself, so we said, bye, so she left. And I'm there in that aisle, and I'm like telling the universe, okay, if I have to go see this lady, make her come back.
Yeah, okay.
She came back. And as she came back, I began to laugh. And she said, what are you laughing at? And then I told her, I just said this. because she forgot something. She came back. I'm gonna go see you. And this is what she told me, I'll never forget, and it has nothing to do with the ego, nothing at all. It could have had in the past, but not at that moment. I went to see her, so she did my numerology in a very simple way, and she like based herself in my hands, and she goes to me, "You're projecting yourself." I go, "What?" "You want to leave, you want to go." I put my head down. It's not that I want to commit suicide, it's nothing like that. But I don't like this life. I don't like this world. I don't like anything here. So I really don't care about anything here. And she looked at me and said, "You know what? It's sad. Very sad. Because you brought a treasure with you and you're refusing to share it." And then she goes, "One day I'll tell people I read your hands, they're not going to believe me." That was very intriguing.
Profound.
What is she trying to tell me? That was, and well, that was the switch, that was the shift. Made a shift. Today, I haven't changed my opinion about the world, but I understand the world.
And you can help people now going through what you went through, which is the great benefit of all that.
I always ask myself, why did I master 3 languages so fluently? What for? I have clients all over the world. This is kind of every day.
Yeah.
Every day. So I've met people of all walks of life, and I say to myself, I can die today. It was a wonderful journey. I had the privilege to meet so many wonderful people and participate in their lives.
Right.
Without imposing, without telling, like I say, I changed the W's. I don't want to help anybody. I don't have that right. So the W that I changed was, instead of wanting, I'm willing.
Okay.
Oh, that W.
Very, yeah, okay.
So I don't go to you, "Jessica, I have to help you, look at you. This makes no sense." No, I shut up.
Yeah.
If you come to me, "Antonio, could you help me? I have this problem."
Yeah.
I'm willing.
Okay.
That's the right energy.
Yes.
Then you can
Totally,
work,
yeah.
you can work with that energy.
Totally, because the reception is on.
Yes. Speaking of ready, I remember watching one of your videos, one of your many videos on YouTube, and you were talking about things aren't going great in your life, or you're going to have some discomfort or illness or not great emotions when you're going against the current, when you're going against your life path. And to remedy it, it's just about going with the flow, really. And it's easy to say it, to go with the flow, but I think a lot of people, they don't know how to recognize that they're going against the current, and they don't know how to shift into going with the flow. So how would you help someone with that?
Well, first off, if they come and see me, there's a whole set of questions as I look at their life go. And I see the pros and cons right away, where the needle is, the gauge is, and then that's, we work from example, one of my methods or practices is go to the 4 sevens, which is from 0 to 7, 7 to 14, 14 to 21, 21 to 28 years of age.
Okay.
So that's all programming.
Okay.
See, when I work with NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, I go a little further than they do, because they work on one hard drive only, which is conscious and subconscious. I go to the superconscious. So in other words, your hard drive number 1, I call it hard drive number 1, holds all your previous lives. Because you see, what are we really? A memory in 2 legs, on 2 legs. That's what we are, we're a memory. But the majority of problems that I find in my clients were installed on hard drive number 2 in the first 14 years. So we need to go back and see what happened, how it happened, and it kind of reprogram.
Okay.
Reprogram. See, you can ask yourself every single day when you go to bed, how was my day? Was I at the right place at the right time? Did everything go wrong? See, if everything was smooth, nice, that means you chose the best option within your code, because you produced a wonderful result. Everything went wrong. Well, you don't need me to tell you that you punched, your frequency is screwed up.
Okay. So if people want to get a hold of you and they want to watch your video, I know you have a YouTube channel, you've got loads of great information on a video, and you've got a website, and I'm sure that a lot of people are going to want to come see you. How can they get hold of you?
Well, the best way is through email.
Okay.
Email or a phone call.
Okay. And what's your YouTube channel?
It's my name, I guess, Antonio L. Santos.
Okay. And your website?
Because when you go to my website, you get all that. It's www.numerology/coaching.com.
Okay.
Numerologycoaching.com.
Great.
So you can find me on Facebook, you can find me anywhere.
Okay. Great. And do people come to your home, or do you go to their homes for appointments?
Well, you see, because of technology, things have changed.
Right.
So I have clients all over the world.
Okay.
And it's all Skype, Messenger, Zoom, but people can come to my office.
Okay.
And if I do go to people's homes, well, it depends if they have like if I go for 3 or 4 sessions,
yes,
then I go.
Okay. Well, thank you. This was so fascinating. Thank you so much for the interview.
Very welcome.
It was really great. And thank you everyone for being with us. And this is it. I'm Jessica Brown for the Holistic Life Network.